Hi there, it's me, Anthony the Ant. You might think being an ant is cool. We're tiny. We lift heavy stuff. But let me tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Sure, we can lift objects many times our own weight, and we work together like a well-oiled machine. But there's a lot more to our lives than just being strong and coordinated. For starters, the world is a huge place when you're this small. Every day is an adventure, but not always the fun kind. We have to navigate through forests of grass and dodge raindrops that feel like boulders. And don't get me started on humans. People are always stepping on us. It's like they don't even see us down here. One wrong step and it's game over. We have to be constantly on the lookout, always aware of our surroundings. It's exhausting. And have you ever tried to carry a crumb 10 times your size? Not fun. It's like carrying a boulder up a mountain, and we do it every single day. Plus, our moms make us work all the time. There's no such thing as a day off in the ant world. It's like ant boot camp, but every day. We have to gather food, build and repair our nests, and take care of the young ones. And it's not just physical labor, we have to communicate with each other, using pheromones, which is like having a conversation with smells. It's complicated and takes a lot of practice to get right. Sometimes I just want to relax and have some fun, but there's always something that needs to be done. The colony depends on each and every one of us to keep things running smoothly. Being an ant is tough. It's a life of constant work and vigilance. But despite all the challenges, there's something rewarding about being part of a community that works together so seamlessly. So, while it might not be all it's cracked up to be, someone's got to do it, right? And who better than us ants, the tiny titans of the natural world? My day starts early, like really early. The sun comes up, time to work. No snooze button for us ants. The moment those first rays of sunlight hit the forest floor, it's go time. We don't have the luxury of lounging around or sipping on morning coffee. Nope, it's straight to business. First, gotta check in with the queen. She's kinda like the principal of our ant colony. Every ant has a role, and the queen makes sure we all know what we're supposed to be doing. It's a quick meeting, but it's crucial. Without her guidance, the colony would be in chaos. Imagine a school without a principal or a company without a boss. That's how important she is. Then it's off to find food. Sounds fun, right? Wrong. It's not a leisurely stroll through the woods, it's a mission, and it's intense. We have to scour every inch of the forest floor, navigating through leaves, twigs, and sometimes even dodging predators. It's a jungle out there, literally. It's a race against other ants, and sometimes we have to fight them off. Competition is fierce. Other ant colonies are out there looking for the same food sources. When we cross paths, it's not pretty. Ants might be small, but we're fierce fighters. Every scrap of food is worth battling for. Once we find food, gotta haul it back to the colony. And let me tell you, it's no easy task. We're talking about carrying loads many times our own body weight. Imagine carrying a car on your back, that's what it feels like. But we do it because the colony depends on us. And did I mention it's usually like a million miles away? Okay, maybe not a million, but it sure feels like it. The journey back is long and exhausting. We have to navigate through the same obstacles, all while carrying our heavy loads. It's a test of endurance and strength. By the end of the day, I'm pooped, every muscle aches, and all I can think about is getting some rest. But there's a sense of accomplishment too. Knowing that I've done my part for the colony makes it all worth it. But hey, at least I get to sleep in tomorrow. Just kidding. Same thing all over again. The life of an ant is relentless. There's no break, no vacation. But that's what makes us ants. We're hardworking, dedicated, and always ready for the next challenge. So next time you see an ant, remember the tough life we lead. It's not easy, but it's our way of life, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Being an ant isn't all bad. Sometimes funny stuff happens. You wouldn't believe the kind of adventures we get into on a daily basis. From the moment we wake up, it's a non-stop hustle and bustle. But amidst all the hard work, there are moments that make us laugh and shake our heads in disbelief. Like, remember that time I found a giant cookie crumb? It was like discovering a treasure chest. I could already imagine the feast we would have. I called my friends over and we all started working together to carry it back to the nest. I was so excited. But then, a gust of wind blew it away. We chased after it, but it was like trying to catch a leaf in a storm. We laughed at how silly we must have looked, running after a crumb. Or how about that epic traffic jam in the ant hill? It was one of those days when everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Ants were bumping into each other trying to get to their destinations. It was chaos. It was like rush hour, but for ants. We were all trying to squeeze through the same tiny entrance. It felt like we were stuck forever, but eventually we managed to sort ourselves out. We were stuck for hours. It was frustrating, but also kind of funny. We couldn't help but laugh at the situation once we were free. And then there was that time I tripped and fell into a puddle of honey. I was just minding my own business, carrying a tiny piece of leaf, when suddenly I slipped and fell right into it. It was sticky, but kinda delicious. I tried to clean myself up, but it was no use. I ended up eating some of the honey, and it was actually pretty tasty. Okay, that one wasn't so bad. I mean, who wouldn't want to be covered in something sweet and delicious? It was a sticky situation, but I made the best of it. Still, being an ant is hard work. We have to carry heavy loads, work together as a team, and face all sorts of challenges. It's not always easy, but we get the job done. Even when it's funny, it's still kinda tough. But that's what makes us strong. We face every challenge head on, and we always find a way to keep going. Life as an ant is full of surprises, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Section 4. Why being small isn't always so great. Trust me. Sure, being small has its perks. We can squeeze into tiny spaces, but it's also super dangerous. Everything seems huge when you're tiny. A leaf becomes a giant umbrella. A raindrop? That's like a tidal wave. And don't even get me started on shoes. Seriously, people, watch where you step. Being small might look cool, but trust me, it's not as glamorous as it seems. Section 5. Ants. We're here, we're working. And we're kinda bummed about it, so yeah, being an ant is a lot of work. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, although we do like rainbows, they mean the rain is gone. We may be tiny, but we keep the world clean. We're like the world's tiniest recyclers. But next time you see an ant, cut us some slack, okay? We're just trying to do our job, and maybe sneak a crumb or two for ourselves.